Here's the painful truth nobody talks about. The people in your life didn't fall in love with your potential. They fell in love with your struggle. They loved you when you were the friend who needed saving. They loved you when you were the family member who couldn't set boundaries. They loved you when you were the partner, sacrificing everything for everyone else. But the moment you start winning, the moment you choose yourself, they disappear. This isn't about jealousy or competition. This is about something far more uncomfortable. Your success exposes the lie they've been telling themselves about their own life. Today, we're breaking down 3 psychological truths about why INFJ success makes everyone else panic. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll see their retreat for what it really is. Confirmation you're doing something right. Before we start, please hit the like button, comment, and subscribe so you won't miss any of our weekly deep dives into the world of personality types. And if you are looking to achieve a deeper understanding of yourself and your personality type, click the link in the comments to take our favorite free personality test. The mirror effect. Why your growth exposes their stagnation. Here's what most people don't understand about INFJ relationships. When you were struggling, you provided something crucial: subconscious validation for everyone around you. Think about it. Your friends felt needed when you called them, stressed about work. Your family felt superior when you couldn't set boundaries. Your partner felt secure when you were emotionally available 24/7. Your struggle was their comfort zone. But here's where it gets uncomfortable. Success removes their emotional crutch and forces them into painful self-reflection. You're no longer the friend who needs saving. You're no longer the family member who accepts dysfunction. You're no longer the partner who sacrifices everything. Now they have to face themselves without the distraction of fixing you. Your profound systemic changes mirror their surface-level existence in ways that make them panic. See, most people make changes that look impressive from the outside. New job, new relationship, new house. But they're still the same person underneath, running the same patterns, avoiding the same growth. You, as an INFJ, don't work that way. When you change, it's because your NIFE function stack creates authentic transformation from the inside out. You don't just get a promotion, you completely restructure how you approach work. You don't just set a boundary, you rebuild your entire relationship to people-pleasing. This kind of profound change threatens every fake connection in your life. People can sense authenticity even when they can't name it. They know something fundamental has shifted in you, and it makes them profoundly uncomfortable. Here's the panic response when they realize you've accessed something they haven't. You found a way to actually love your life while they're still pretending theirs is fine. You've discovered how to be yourself while they're still performing for approval. You've learned to choose growth over comfort while they're still choosing safety over everything. Your alignment becomes their mirror, showing what they're avoiding. Every conversation with you now reflects their own stagnation. Every success you share highlights their own settling. Every boundary you maintain exposes your own lack of self-respect. This is why they can't celebrate your wins anymore. Your success isn't just about you, it's evidence of what's possible. It's proof that the excuses they've been making for years are just excuses. It's confirmation that the life they've been accepting as just how it is actually a choice they keep making. And that realization terrifies them. So they start pulling away. Not consciously, but their nervous system can't handle the constant reminder of their own unrealized potential. They begin avoiding your calls, declining your invitations, and responding to your good news with less enthusiasm. They tell themselves you've changed, that success has gone to your head, that you're not the same person they used to know. But the truth is more straightforward and more painful. You're exactly who you were meant to be, and they're still hiding from who they could become. This mirror effect isn't your fault or your responsibility. It's the natural consequence of choosing growth in a world that rewards stagnation. Your job isn't to dim your light so others feel comfortable. Your job is to keep shining and let the mirror do its work. The Great Filtration. 3 types your success eliminates. Now let's get specific about who disappears when you start winning. Your success acts as a filter, eliminating exactly 3 types of people from your life. Understanding these types helps you see the pattern instead of taking it personally. First, the energy vampires, who fed off your emotional labor and constant availability. These people built their entire relationship with you around your willingness to be their emotional dumping ground. They called when they were stressed, texted when they needed validation, and showed up when they wanted free therapy sessions. Your success threatens this dynamic because successful people protect their energy. You start saying no to 3-hour phone calls about the same problems they refuse to solve. You stop responding to every crisis text at midnight. You begin choosing your own peace over their emotional chaos. When energy vampires realize they can't drain you anymore, they panic. They'll try guilt trips first. You never have time for me anymore. Success has changed you. You used to care about your friends. But when guilt doesn't work, they simply disappear. They move on to find another source of emotional supply. Second, the status quo keepers who built their identity around the old dynamic. These are often family members or long-term friends who knew you when you were accommodating, when you said yes to everything, when you put everyone else's needs first. Status quo keepers don't just prefer the old you, they need the old you to maintain their sense of self. Maybe they were the successful sibling when you were struggling. Perhaps they were the leader in the friendship when you were following. Maybe they were the strong ones when you were vulnerable. Your success destabilizes their entire identity. If you're no longer the people pleaser, what does that make them? If you're no longer the one who needs help, who are they? They've built their self-worth on being better than you in some way, and your growth threatens that foundation. These people will resist your success more actively than energy vampires. They'll minimize your achievements, remind you of past failures, or try to pull you back into old patterns. Remember when you couldn't even handle that job? Don't get too big for your britches. Family comes first, you know. Third, the emotional blackmailers use guilt to pull you back down to their comfort zone. These are the most dangerous because they weaponize your infj empathy against you. They know exactly which buttons to push to make you question your growth. Emotional blackmailers specialize in making your success feel selfish. They'll say things like, "You've forgotten where you came from," or "Money changes people," or "You think you're better than us now." They turn your wins into character flaws and your boundaries into betrayals. What makes this particularly painful for INFJs is that these people often use your own values against you. They know you care about loyalty, so they question your loyalty. They know you value relationships, so they make you choose between success and connection. They know you hate conflict, so they create drama around your growth. Each type reveals the uncomfortable truth that many relationships were built on your diminished state. They needed you to feel big themselves. They required you to struggle to feel successful themselves. They needed you to be available so they could feel important themselves. Your success strips away these masks and shows who was really there for you versus who was there for what you provided. The energy vampires were there for your emotional labor. The status quo keepers were there for their comparative advantage. The emotional blackmailers were there for control. This filtration process isn't pleasant, but it's necessary. These conditional relationships were holding you back, draining your energy, and keeping you from becoming who you're meant to be. Your success didn't create the problems, it just exposed what was already there. Strategic response. Weaponize the panic for your advantage. Now that you understand the psychology, let's talk strategy. Their panic isn't your problem, it's your competitive advantage. Here's how to weaponize their retreat for your benefit. First, double down on boundaries when people resist the new you. Their resistance is data. It tells you exactly who is invested in your struggle and who's invested in your success. When someone gets angry about a boundary you've set, they're revealing they benefited from your lack of boundaries. Don't negotiate with boundary pushers. Don't explain yourself endlessly. Don't try to make them comfortable with your growth. Simply maintain the boundary and observe their reaction. The right people will respect it, even if they don't understand it. Second, embrace the silence as confirmation you're on the right path. When old friends stop calling, when family members get distant, when colleagues act differently around you, celebrate it. Their discomfort means you're doing something they're not brave enough to do. Silence from the wrong people creates space for the right people. Every energy vampire who disappears makes room for someone who actually energizes you. Every status quo keeper who pulls away creates space for someone who supports your growth. Third, stop chasing relationships that require you to shrink. If someone can only love you when you're struggling, they don't love you. They love having someone beneath them. If someone can only connect with you through shared trauma, they're not connecting with you. They're connecting with your pain. Your time and energy are finite resources. Invest them in people who celebrate your success instead of resenting it. Seek connections based on mutual growth rather than shared stagnation. Build relationships that expand you instead of contracts that contain you. Fourth, use their retreat as data about who belongs in your next chapter. Success is a test that reveals character. Some people pass by supporting you. Others fail by sabotaging you. Most simply remove themselves from consideration entirely. Trust this process. The right people don't need you to struggle to love you. They don't need you small to feel secure. They don't need you available 24/7 to value you. They love you for who you're becoming, not who you used to be. Their panic isn't your problem. It's proof you're doing something right. Success filters out everyone who needed you small to feel big themselves. The right people don't need you to struggle to love you. Click the link to take our free personality test and subscribe for more. If you want to continue the journey to understanding yourself or an INFJ in your life, click either of the following videos where we continue to unlock the secrets of the INFJ personality type.